Hello, hello. Internet's acting a little weird today, but we'll make it. Give the chat a couple minutes to fill up. Hopefully everybody's having an awesome day, staying warm, staying out the cold, and of course doing the snow removal. Red Bull Princess, what's happening? Hope you guys have a great. Yeah, I'm hoping so too. Kind of just do. Yeah, had a whole lot of nothing going on. So I enjoyed partaking in a few lives tonight, and I kind of ran out of lives, so I figured I'd run my own. But how are you doing there, Red Bull Princess? Always a pleasure to see you. Always, always a pleasure. So yeah. Let's see what happens here. We'll see if the algorithm is generous to us or not. But yeah, typically these late night streams are pretty fun. A lot of the regulars show up. Some random people usually ends up being a good time. Hopefully we don't get trolled too much. That would be a major plus. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. YouTube's lagging pretty hardcore tonight. Um, yeah, I've even noticed like everything about YouTube's lagging. So, pow. Of course, we're carrying the Spyderco Sage 5 CF. Always carry that. That is the EDC knife for, well, I don't know, 13 going on 14 months now. You really don't need 500 knives, although it's nice. But yeah, still carrying this every day, front left pocket. Great knife all around. I started off liking it, ended up loving it. Absolutely awesome knife. Chaos Theory, what's happening, brother man? How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Chaos is a channel member. Welcome to the chat, brother man. How you doing tonight? This is it's just about lunchtime for you, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes YouTube doesn't put out these last minute lives. It's kind of weird. There's uh there's no rhyme or reason to how they do things, but we're just gonna roll with it. My left eye has been bugging the crap out of me the last 2 days. I might have to go to the eye doctor tomorrow if it's not better in the morning. Oh, that sucks, Chaos. What's it how is it? Is it just like uncomfortable or is it doing weird stuff? Like, yeah, that absolutely sucks, man. You got to wonder too if they're like the used car mechanic. Do they set you up for future bills? Man, I don't know. I know. Dentists are famous for that. The dentist offices, yeah, they'll leave you hanging. Well, they'll have you come back for more. They'll intentionally do shoddy work. Yeah, there's a huge thing going on about that. But yeah, I'm not even sure how long the lag is on this. Just out of the blue, it's been painful and my vision has been really blurry. Does it feel puffy or swollen or anything like that? Did it get infected or something? That could be really bad. Concurrent viewers one. It's Chaos and I hanging out having a good time. I guess yeah. Well, we'll see what happens for tonight. I'm hoping for relatively decent turnout, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it doesn't feel swollen, just a sharp pain from the middle. Yeah, I'd if I were you, man, I'd make an appointment regardless. I mean, even if it's feeling a little bit better in the morning, I'd still go in. That's yeah, I don't have to explain to you. You get one set of eyes, man. If something goes wrong, then yeah, you get a fancy stick. Neil McKenzie, welcome to the chat. Hello, man. How are you doing? We're working tonight. What's up, Neil? I usually don't run lives on Monday nights, but yeah, I had such a good time in some other lives and everything. I figured I'd get a live going and see how everybody's doing. Would talk about some gear, talk about the weather. But Newman, welcome to the chat. 777 Abel. Good to see you. How's your evening going? Yeah, these late night lives are often fun. So yeah, I figured I'd throw one out, see how it's going. But yeah, how's everybody doing weather-wise? I know some of you all set. If those guys in the warmer climates. But yeah, for some of us, it is cold weather. Yeah, we got like a foot and a half, 2 feet of snow, and then but of course it was real cold, so you ended up with some powdery snow that blew it into like 4 or 5 foot snow drifts. Got out of work at 16:45 Arizona time. Yeah, right on. Yeah, you guys are what? Like yeah, I know daylight saving times messes with it, so yeah, it's I have no clue. What time is it there now, Neil? Yeah, I have no yeah, Arizona's what, 3, 4 hours behind? I saw you in Bandos live and in New Houses live. Yeah, chaos, man. You're stalking me, brother. It's all good though. There's yeah, it's okay, yeah. So you guys, oh yeah. So you're only 2 hours behind. That's right. Yeah. Great. Hope you are too. Hoping power doesn't go out. Just frozen stuff in Greenville, South Carolina. Yeah, we're yeah, I'm up in New Hampshire, so yeah, we got hammered. Yeah, it was like down in the low single digits, negative temperatures. Of course, the winds. It was only windy when I was out there shoveling, but yeah, I spent like 3.5 hours out shoveling last night, then like another hour and a half this morning. Well, yeah, late this morning, brunch time, and I'll be back out there probably after this live. I'm gonna go back out there, hopefully finish it up, and yeah, I think we got like another 6 to 8 inches of snow, so it should go pretty quick. It's brisk 59 degrees in Fort Lauderdale right now. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2 hours in winter, 3 hours in summer. Yeah, because of the daylight saving time thing. Um, yeah, 59 is perfect. See, that's the kind of weather I want to test out the hammock camping in. I'd like to get down with the hammock camping. Oh, I lived in Merrimack, New Hampshire. Yeah, Merrimack, New Hampshire is a nice place. Well, it used to be. I haven't been there in years. A lot of New Hampshire's gone downhill. I couldn't tell you all the cities and stuff, but yeah, I've been through Merrimack quite a few times, more times than I can count. But nice area. Yeah, it's amazing how the internet's made the world so small. Um, yeah, in fact, Chaos used to live in New Hampshire. Now he's down in Florida. Um, Barbed hooks. How's it going? It is going awesome. I'm doing exceptionally well. I'm excited. Yeah, maybe it sounded like I was complaining about shoveling a little bit, but man, there's something about a good workout. Like, man, it always sucks going into it. You're like, oh man, this is gonna suck. It's cold. It's windy. I'm gonna move like 2 metric tons of snow. Everything about it sucks. But then once you get going, man, you got a rhythm going. Then afterwards, I feel great after a workout. Yeah, that's one of the problems. If I work out too late, I get so amped up, I'm up all night. Um, it doesn't help much. I'm a bit of a cardio geek as well. Yeah, New Hampshire has a great winter infrastructure for taking care of the roads and power, though. Yeah, they do. It's well seasoned around here, Chaos. Yeah, you're spot on about that. The only thing they got to do is invent a plow that doesn't dump all the snow at the end of your driveway every time. A nice dopamine rush for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I'm the same way with if I have to work out. If I get into a gym routine or something for whatever reason, getting motivated to get into the workout sometimes is tough. But yeah, I've never ended a workout where I was like, "Oh, that sucked. I wish I hadn't done that." I'm always like, I'm so into it. Tony Gilbert, channel member, welcome to the chat, brother man. How you doing? It is going awesome, man. I'm all amped up. Probably still riding the dopamine rush from moving all that snow, but yeah, I'm doing great. Thanks, man. How you doing, Tony? Hey, hey, hey. Did y'all get slammed with snow? We got about 8 inches and 4 inches of the ice, man. We got somewhere between like a foot and a half to 2 feet of snow. And then depending on how the wind drifts went, um, yeah, some parts it just piled up to like 3, 4, 4 plus feet. So yeah, you were like I was shoveling. I was like, okay, I'll take the top 2 feet and then come back for the next 2 feet. And so it was like double shoveling everything. Yeah, but hey, man, it was a good workout. I'm not going to complain. I'm kind of looking forward to doing the last little stretch of it. Oh, Hanson, how's it going? Had a long time to. Man, all together, I racked up about like 4.5 hours of shoveling. We got a pretty decent sized driveway though, and then plus the walkways and everything. So yeah, I'm probably it's gonna probably be close to like 5.5, 6 hours by the time I'm all done. We got like another 6 to 8 inches since I was out there last. So I figured I'd throw a live, see how everybody's doing. Hang out for a bit, have some gear conversation, some weather conversation, and after this live, I'll be back out there doing it again. So that is the official plan. Yeah, I don't mind though, man. I need the exercise these days. I think the older you get, the more you need exercise. Like when you're younger, you just do it. As you get older, you gotta find reasons sometimes. And hey, this is a great reason. Yeah, I used to shovel half the yard, take a hot chocolate break, and then do the other half like an hour later. Yeah, sometimes you got rested up, warm up a little bit. And yeah, I came in this morning. I was out there for a solid like 3.5 hours, and I was like, yeah, it is time to go in and warm up. I got everything done. Mrs. Bushcraft was all set to go to work and everything. The whole driveway was shoveled out, walkways. So yeah. Yeah, I'm looking to get a new folder or fixed blade in Magna Cut. You got any recommendations? I've been looking at the Benchmade Osborne 940 or the FNB Flounder. I don't have too much information on folders really. I don't get too much in it as far as Magna Cut goes. The only Magna Cut fixed blade I have is my Phobos Knives Tier 1 BC, which is this one right here. I don't know what size fixed blade you're looking for. This has got a 5-inch cutting edge though, 11 and a quarter overall. It's full tang. It's got the little attitude adjuster at the beginning, less than lethal. It's got the bow drill divot, ferro rod notch, kind of like great all around knife. It's time like this. I wish I could have a flamethrower. Yeah, Tony, you and me both. That would be the most exciting way to do snow removal. I'm not going to argue with that. That would be absolutely awesome. Um, yeah. Didn't yeah, get one of those. Didn't Tesla make one? Runs off of those like little 1 pound propane tanks or something. Um, that would be pretty awesome. Oh, they're illegal here, sadly. Yeah, I think they're. I don't know what the legality is on those. I can't. Man, other yeah, I could justify owning one though. Could if you could remove snow with it, but yeah, you might want to be careful. A couple degrees off angle or something, and there goes the house or the garage or yeah. We're the only estate they're illegal to. Right? What are the odds? Yeah, I live in the only state where flamethrowers are illegal. That's a bummer. I got a Kershaw Bel Air and Magna Cut and was pretty impressed with the performance. Just been looking for something to scratch the itch. Yeah, I mean, if you've already got a folder in Magna Cut, I'd go with a fixed blade. But I always lean towards fixed blades anyhow. But yeah, so far my experience with Magna Cut has been awesome. It has been absolutely great. The edge retention, all that stuff is great. When I got a nice snowblower, I pull it behind the ATV. It works. Yeah, I'm seriously considering maybe a snowblower in the next year or two. I'm still hitting it with a shovel. So, but I don't know. I've been saying I'm going to get a snowblower in a year or two for like I don't know 6 or 7 years now. But yeah, I just keep using a sword. It's a sword. Yeah, a shovel. I'd like to use a sword. Um, Tony, a weed burner is legal everywhere. Chaos. I'm not tempting this state. They don't like it. Yeah. Yeah, now is not a good time to be tempting the state. There are, yeah, I don't know what's going on with all of that, but yeah, no need to poke a sleeping lion, as they say, right? What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, but a flamethrower would be absolutely awesome. Tony, what state do you live in, if you don't mind me asking? Since it's the only state that doesn't allow flamethrowers. Rob's nice. Welcome to the chat, my man. How are you doing? It is good to see you. Hey guys, if you forgot, smash the like button. Help us get us back into the algorithm. Yeah, the algorithm has not liked us because we talked about things in which we should not talk about, and which I've put on the back burner entirely. Like the old saying goes, you can't fix stupid, and I'm not about to argue with it either, even if I can't fix it. And yeah, all those little sayings that certain people have, like silence is compliance. Like even if you try to take a neutral territory and kind of look at things from both sides, then yeah, just everybody gets upset about it. And I had a very interesting experience this weekend after I kind of decided to, back off on the gas with that for a while. But I had a unique experience that I've just decided to leave it alone. Like, it consumes a massive amount of hours. I was spending like 50, 60 hours a week just doing the research and stuff. You want to make sure you know what you're talking about. You're on top of what you're talking about if you're going to present it, in like your live chats or something like that. And it's just a massive amount of time to just deal with nonstop conflict. And I'm getting too old for that stuff. I'd just rather, um, as much as it'd be great to have something to say about things, realistically, I don't think I'm going to really make any kind of solid difference. I'd rather stick to the things I know and to my original mission on YouTube, which was, camping gear, bushcrafting, stuff like that. So, yeah, I've stepped back from that stuff because there's way too much stupid going on, and yeah, he said, she said stuff, and all the propaganda, the all the unique editing that goes on. So one side can prove their point, and then the other group will do their own little editing. So I'm just shocked our grid handled the ice, honestly. Yeah, the algorithm sucks, but once they started banning the smokers, I knew it was going downhill. Yeah, Rob, it's extremely wacky. And like I said, I had an experience this weekend. I'm not going to get too into it because that'll just go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, I had to take a good solid sit back, and I really absorbed everything that was going on. And I'm just like, why? I don't want to deal with this. Like like I'll have a conversation with anybody. But when it's kind of like you're going to comply with us or you're the enemy type stuff. It's like, no, it's a conversation. Like, let's come to a compromise on something. But when the only compromise is you're going to agree with us 100%, or and then even then, if you try to take a neutral stance, then they just come out with, well, you're uneducated. It's like, oh, because I don't want to engage in either party's BS. I'm uneducated. That's some of the most ignorant stuff I've heard like in a long time. But hey, that's what certain people are spitting out, and I'd just rather not deal with it. Um, yeah, yeah, strange days indeed. Yeah, the current administration have potential for improvement. Yeah, there's all sorts of possibilities, but yeah, like I said, if it's like open discourse, it's a logical, rational conversation with well thought out rebuttals and whatnot. I'm totally down for it. But when it comes time to or it comes down to like you're going to agree with us no matter what, and this is the way it is, and there's no other possible way, and it's that whole like there's no such thing as an illegal human, whatever, dudes. Silence is violence, silence is compliance, all this other. No, you're coming out with these shoddy little things. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I'm just not. There's not enough hours in the week. It doesn't matter how many hours are in a week, man. I'm closer to the grave than I am the cradle. There's not enough hours in my life for me to want to tie it up with, you know, um, arguing stuff. Like it's just it's not worth my time. Yeah, I've been spending more time on Twitch where you're allowed to have an opinion. Yeah, yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like I said, if I were going to do something like that, I would I'd do a completely new channel. I'd probably do it on a different platform. I'd kind of do it incognito from this channel. Um, where them whiny bitches be at, though? Yeah, Ground Fog, you know where they're at, brother, man. You know exactly where they're at. That is, yeah, Ground Fog's an angel. Absolutely. I totally believe that too, Ground Fog. I don't doubt you for a second because it doesn't matter. If I could start a live at any time of day, any day of the week, and you show up, man. So yeah, I totally believe that. Like, because angels don't sleep, right? Do they? Or is it like a ninja? You're not allowed to tell anybody. Yeah, I saw on the news they said like hundreds of gallons a day. It's bad no fishing for me this year. They can start by following the law. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, start by following the law. That's hey, that's a secret. That's why people have asked me some legal advice before they get themselves in a little trouble, and I'm like, dude, I have no clue. Like, what do you mean, dude? You know nothing. I'm like, no, I just that's the whole thing. If you don't engage in criminal activities, there's no need to know criminal law unless you're a lawyer, which no interest in being a lawyer for me. So yeah, just behave yourself, and you don't have to pay attention to that stuff. I saw on the news they said like hundreds of gallons a day. It's bad no fishing for me this year. Oh, what's that, Tony? Hundreds of gallons a day of what? I missed something. I like my little corner with knife and fishing content. Everything else is just fodder to the birds. Yeah, barbed hooks, and that's where I'm at. I like my little bushcraft geeking stuff. Hey, fishing stuff, man, right? How about this? You're a fishing guy. This is the Yoyito hand reel, pocket reel. It's like CNC milled aluminum, like right out of like Ocala, Florida. And yeah, I'd rather be geeking out on stuff like this. There's a couple different variants. I know there's a few people making these. You can get like some plastic 3D printed ones. This one's like I said, CNC milled aluminum. Yeah, I'd rather be talking about stuff like this than arguing over who's obeying the law or not and what legal rights people like non-citizens have. Because in my opinion, like if you're not a citizen, then the Constitution doesn't apply to you. That's like that silly basketball player, that guy that played for the WBA or something, went to Russia and did some illegal stuff and got arrested. It's like, yeah, the Constitution doesn't apply in Russia. Like whatever state you're from, those laws don't apply in Russia either. Yeah, it just goes all the way around. But yeah, hey, yeah, Tony, that's the thing. This is the guy that designed this one. He designed it off the Cuban yo-yo reel. That's why it's called the Yoyito. Yeah, just get a Ronco pocket fisherman. Yeah, Neil's spot on with that. Yeah. Hey, whatever floats your boat, but you might want to get a couple different ones. Try some stuff out, like what works for me might not work for you and vice versa. Or you might think you have the golden ticket, but then hey, something else. There's one I've been trying to get my hands on for a couple years now, but he does them in like small batches and they're sold out. It's made by a small company called Rodless Reel. I think he's out of Florida as well, and it's called the UFO, the unidentified fishing object. And it's like this, but it's actually got bearings and a crank system. So you kind of hold it the same way. It's a little bit bigger, so you'll get more line per revolutions and stuff. It's also geared, but it's got a little lever that pops out, and then you can crank. But man, it's expensive. It's like $150. But like I said, every time I check in on it, the guy sold out. And at one point, I offered to prepay one. Like, hey, can I just buy one, ship it to me when you make it? And he wasn't sure if he was going to do another batch or not, so he wouldn't take the money. Ronco used to sell some good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, they still, I think my grandfather had a couple of those. That's like that as seen on TV type setup, right? Yeah, property can only have one value. It can't be worth a fortune when telling the banks and worth closing to nothing when property taxes have to be paid. Yeah. I think they should abolish property taxes. That's kind of like you never really own your land. You're always renting it. Like you rent it from the government, and then if you don't pay your rent, they like auction it off, and you don't like if you owe the government 14 grand in back taxes. This just happened in Massachusetts a few months ago. But if you owe like 14 grand in back taxes, your house is paid off. They can auction it off for like 200 grand. And you don't get the other, $186,000. You lose everything. Yeah, I've been trying to get a World War II kit for years with the shark hooks for fun. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, Tony. Yeah, some of that stuff is really cool. Yeah, military surplus stuff, kits and everything. I used to have it was a Vietnam era helicopter pilot survival kit and everything. It was actually my grandfather's. Yeah, some of that stuff is great, but it's gone up. It used to be like a deal. Like it's like, oh no, this is military surplus, whatever money we can get out of it. But man, now they're charging bank for everything. Grit and Grace, what's happening? Welcome to the chat. How goes it? Yeah, those pocket fishermen were great for it. Yeah, yeah, Chaos is spot on with that. Yeah, the pocket fishermen. Yeah, those were awesome for ice fishing. Like absolutely perfect for ice fishing. Yeah, the state will never let that cash go. That's one of their main resources of income. Yep. But yeah, Grit and Grace, how are you doing? The farming florist. Gotta love the flowers. Yeah, a lot of surplus stores are gone now. Well, it's because a lot of military people were ripping off the government. They were taking tons and tons of gear and just selling it at surplus places for pennies on the dollar. I guess the major change was somebody tried stealing two F-16 fighter jets, the jet engines, two of them that go in the F-16. They had stolen two of them, were trying to sell them. When I was stationed in South Korea, this is back in 94, 95. So it was definitely 95 when they busted the guy. Um, but he had like multiple connexes, like the boxes for the back of a truck. Like there was like six or seven of them. And he had spent like 3 or 4 years in South Korea. It's really easy to shift around gear there, high turnover and all that stuff. So he had been filling these up for gear, and he was going to retire from the army and open up a military surplus store. But the mistake he made was he tried paying to ship like all these containers all at once. That's how he got busted. And they're like, dude, how do you end up, like seven Connexes, like 40-foot trailers, completely full of military gear that was, reissued to himself. Hell, Alice gear is getting damn near hard to find now. Yeah, I miss the old Alice gear. I don't miss losing Alice clips, though. Yeah, the old TA50 medium Alice pack, optional with a frame. Yeah, that stuff is classic. But yeah, it is getting hard to find. Or you find like some trashy generic knockoff of it. And that's the worst is when you think you're getting a surplus deal, but it ends up being some trashy knockoff or something. So yeah, so what's everybody drinking tonight? Anybody kicking back anything good or Buddy's platoon lost 100 pounds of C4. Yeah, that's I wonder where that went, right? Um yeah, I have two surplus places within an hour of me that are both pretty good. But are you getting genuine surplus or are you getting aftermarket and stuff? Yeah, there's all kinds of rules and regulations that put a lot of surplus stores out of business. Grit and Grace is drinking the Knob Creek. Is that a Knob Creek? Is that a whiskey or what? What is that? That's the first I've heard of it. Raking raccoon screwdrivers. Mixed berry soda. Right on, Neil. Neil's on the wagon for like a respectably long time. Neil, how long is it now? Like years and years. Yeah, Regs put a lot of folks out of business. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Tony. Yeah. All right, so I was right on. It was a whiskey. Yeah. Chaos with the sugar-free Dr. Pepper. I'm gonna grab me a crack in a can like 1 second, guys. This is how I feel the late night lives. Like I said, I've got to go back out and finish a shoveling when I'm done this. So, oh yeah, did you guys hear that? That right there, that is deliciousness being opened. I don't know why I've got a bad habit with these monster drinks. Yeah, some of the stuff is genuine surplus. Some is yeah, Tony. But I can always go to Pittsburgh. They got surplus out the ass. Yeah, I want to take another trip down through like Camp Lejeune, that area, like North Carolina. There's tons of surplus. Justin Ronan, welcome to the chat, my man. Yeah, ooh, sugar free. Yeah, we're trying to fend off the diabetes. Mine's not sugar free. Mine's the original, the green tab. Yeah, the bummer is every time I go through there, I'm on my Cannondale, and I'm maxed out for luggage, so I can never capitalize on any of the deals. There it is, Neil. Yeah, Neil's been on the wagon now 17 years, 10 months, and 30 days, dude. That is awesome. Just, yeah, keep rolling with it, dude. You probably don't even have to think about it anymore. You've just completely changed your way of life, and that's awesome, man. Yeah, the same in California where the Hollywood Marines are. Yeah. Yeah, anywhere there's a large military establishment. One of my favorite places was Fort Benning. You go out the main gate to Fort Benning, and then they've got a VD Drive. Well, it's called VD Drive, like the VD, like venereal disease, but it's actually called Victory Drive, but everybody just called it VD Drive. And that's where like Ranger Joe's is, U.S. Cavalry. There's a couple other odds and ends surplus stores, and lots of food. But yeah, yeah, we used to have some nice ones, but the rigs closed. Yeah, yeah, they closed down a lot of them. I know. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of surplus stores, and then it's kind of a bummer because then they're stuck like, either carrying like, oh, third, fourth rate aftermarket some of it, or it just, yeah, or they got to change their product lineup altogether. It's kind of weird. Yeah, we have mead, but ain't nothing there no more, Sally. Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. Man, and the other thing, like buying military gear used to be cheaper than buying civilian gear. Like backpacks and jackets. Like if you were buying like a Mountain Hardware, Arc'teryx, something like that, North Face, the average cost of a parka was like $400 to $600. But then you could turn around and get like the USGI issue Gore-Tex parka for like 200. For like, so like a half to third of the cost. But man, even those have gotten crazy expensive. Man, I saw, was it Arc'teryx makes like some type of Gore-Tex parka. It's like $1,200. I'm like, get out of here. Ain't no jacket worth $1,200. I could try by Andrews. Maybe they'll have some stuff there. Yeah, best surplus stores Omaha's in Fort Worth, Texas. That do they have a website, Neil, or is that just a mortar brick and mortar store? Yeah, yeah, nothing beats the M65 field jacket, man. Especially if you've got that quilted whoopee style liner. Yeah, I would, man, I wish I still had my, like they issue you two of them back in the day. Yeah, I went in 93. So yeah, I was issued two of those. I have no clue what happened to them. I wish I still had them or had acquired, I don't know. Yeah, I had one surplus store 10 minutes from me, but they closed up. They were overpriced anyways. Yeah. Well, I think some of the overpricing is part of that stuff we've been talking about, like difficulty in getting the stuff. Like, yeah, they used to, in fact, Chaos, you know the store, and Mickey Finn's in Manchester. When I ETS'd out of the army, I brought a lot of my stuff there. Like all the stuff, I'm like, what am I going to do? I had like multiple sea bags just full of uniforms and boots and whatever. I sold it all to her, but I mean, you could legally do it back then. Oh yeah, the chocolate chip camo. That stuff is awesome. I would thoroughly enjoy a an M65 in that. Greg Vanderlip, what's happening, brother, man? Welcome to the chat. At work, job number one. Just wanted to like and say hi. Well, we definitely appreciate you stopping by, Greg. Hopefully you have an awesome evening, man. Don't work too hard, but work hard enough to stay employed, if you know what I mean. Yeah, check out Americana Pipe Dream. They were really awesome. Yeah, you can't sell it anymore, really. Yeah, I want to get into some winter camping. Where should I look into getting stuff? One of the places I like to get stuff is Campmore. It's a website, Campmor, Campmore. And they have all sorts of deals. They have awesome deals. But pretty much everything is last year's model. But yeah, so if you're not overly concerned with color and stuff like that, if you're looking to buy a bunch of gear at once, yeah, that's the problem with winter camping is there's a huge upfront cost, and then but once you got everything, it's just a matter of upkeep, maintenance, and upkeep. Like rotating out something. But yeah, so where's you're getting into it? I would look for something like that, like Campmore or one of the discount deals. I mean, they're basically like they're going to sell you last year's model for like 50% off, 60% off. Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to work. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're not overly concerned with like what specific color it is, yeah, that's a great place to start is Campmore. There's also a small surplus store on Main Street in Concord that was called Be Prepared. Yeah, I don't. I think they opened after I left, and then they closed before I got back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there used to be a nice little surplus store in Merrimack as well. Was it Merrimack? I believe there was. Um, Tanya, Concord, New Hampshire. I used to live there too. Yeah, yeah, he's talking about yeah, Concord, New Hampshire. But yeah, and still carrying the EDC, the Leatherman Wave Plus. Love this thing. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. Just a smaller, lighter version of the Surge. So yeah, the Wave Plus has become my EDC multi tool. The Surge is permanently in my off the pavement toolkit. And yeah, the Wave Plus, absolutely love this thing. The only thing I don't like about Leatherman is it's a right-handed tool. Like nothing about it is left-handed. And I actually thought about like flipping the tools, but you can see the design difference. So if I were to put the blade on this side, I still wouldn't be able to open it with my left hand like with your thumb. So but whatever, I'm okay with using two hands. I'm not that particular about it. Man, I broke two Leathermans, man. I swear off them. Tony, which two did you break? Justin, yeah, used to be a surplus in downtown DeLand, but doubt it's still there. Yeah, I've never been there. Well, I've never been to a surplus store in DeLand. I wasn't on the market for that kind of stuff whenever I was in the area. I was too busy working. Um, so, or I was buying like lighter weight gear, like Mammut or North Face or something like that. But the 110 has never let me down. Yeah, but Tony, the 110 is just a knife. That's what you're talking about, right? The buck 110? Yeah, that's just I don't really use the knife on the Leatherman, to be honest. I mostly use the Leatherman for the multipliers and stuff. They're not. It's not really a multiplier. It's just a plier. It's a multi-tool. See, I'm learning as I go sometimes too. Oh, the smaller fixed blade right here. This is the Phobos Tier 1 Mini. This is in CPM 154 CM steel. This particular one is PVD coated. I like the coatings for the corrosion resistance. It's got orange G10 liners and OD micarta scales, skeletonized scales. It's got a 3.5-inch blade so it's legal in pretty much every state. There is a 4-inch version of this, but some states only allow a 3.5 inch. So that's how this knife actually came to be. But awesome, awesome knife. And it does come like you can get it in like a satin or stonewash type finish. Different colored scales. There's a plethora of different colors of G10 and micarta. You can also get G10 scales, micarta, or carbon fiber. Yeah, yeah, barbed hooks. It is different. Yeah, standard 154 cm is like from a billet. And CPM is a powdered. It starts off as a powder, so when they melt it down, you end up like with a more consistent metal. Well, Neil, all I'm saying is it's just a blade. It's not a multi tool. It's just like like you could compare like in my head you can compare like the 110 with this because it's a single blade. It's like just like the 110. But yeah, like I just this pocket folding knife, this multi tool. How are the pliers on the Spyderco? Well, there aren't any, so there's no real comparison there. How many screwdrivers does the Spyderco have? None. It's just a knife. But this has multiple. So yeah, I kind of put it in like the multi tool and the pocket folder, the EDC folder, whatever we're calling them these days, or it's just a knife compared to a multi tool. Just has one blade. Oh yeah, yeah. The 110 is a classic. I've got no rebuttal for that. Yeah, you're spot on. And there's a whole bunch of different variants and different options. There was one I was looking at. Oh, I can't remember. Um, it's like a 118 or something. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, Justin Ronan. Gerber strong arm for life. Chaos, man. Chaos is rage baiting you guys. Don't fall for it. Um, Western MD. Yeah, 3 inch here. Oh, only a 3 inch? A 3 inch fix? Wow, that's getting to be like some European knife regulations. Yeah, Western Maryland three, or is that based on the city or something? Or that just yeah. I don't know about a 3 inch. Man, the only thing I've got that small is this is the it's the knife. It's the knife. No, it's the this is why some people are like, dude, you're lying. You don't really have one of those dudes. Like, no, I really do. I just can't remember the name of it. It's like a functional tool, but whatever. This is the Spartan Blades Enyo, right? This is an awesome necker knife, pocket fixed blade, little task type thing. This is the only thing I have in that category that would be legal where you're at. In fact, I think this is well within legal. I think it's like 2.5 or something. I could be wrong. No, it's under 3. There's my left-handed upside down stuff for you guys. Yeah, it's just over 2.5, like maybe 2 and 5/8. So it's under 3. It's legal. And if you're just hiking, you're not doing anything too much. Just EDC or something. It's an awesome knife. I mean, you're not really going to do any batoning or clearly or any heavy duty type tasks with it. But this is S35 VN steel. So awesome edge retention. It's like highly concealable. Yeah, Maryland has weird laws, though, I'll admit. Now, you can carry a hunting knife, you just can't conceal it. Yeah. I've had a 110 since elementary school in the 70s, number one in my top 10. Yeah, Neil, the 110s are classics. They definitely are. I don't know. I think, man, whenever I see something in Walmart, I steer clear of it. But I haven't been to Walmart in years now, so. Yeah, Flores, check your laws. I carry over 6. Yeah, I think there's a difference between, if you're diddly bopping down Main Street or something versus like in the woods, like Florida's got, well, they change the laws, but like Florida, you can only open carry if you're going like to and from like camping or hunting or fishing or something like that. You couldn't just, but they recently changed that. So yeah, sometimes it's, yeah, you can, depends on what you're doing and where you're at. Like, yeah, diddly bopping down Main Street versus, carrying a reasonable knife out hiking or something. Chaos Ridge building, yeah, you just can't conceal it. That's a no-no. Yeah. Yeah, in fact, that's the whole reason why I got my concealed carry permit in New Hampshire years ago. Is because if I went out hunting, you can carry open carry; it was no big deal. But concealed carry under any circumstances was an issue. So like if it got cold on and I threw my Gore-Tex parka over everything, accidentally covered up my sidearm. Now I'm carrying concealed. So that's even what I wrote on my application. They're like, reason for applying for a concealed carry permit. And I said, hey, I hunt and blah, blah, blah. Same thing I just told you. And so, yeah, that's an easy way around. That's why Florida had the best open carry law. Yeah, but now it's open carry all the time. Like I said, it used to be like very limited, like you could do certain things or whatever. But yeah, now I'm pretty sure they passed a law. I don't know. Check your local state for actual numbers. Yeah, I got mine as well. They passed a law where you have a business, you can get one. Yeah, yeah, Tony, because a lot of people end up carrying money to and from the bank, like big cash deposits and stuff like that. So yeah, as a business owner, it can be a loophole or an easier access to a concealed carry permit depending on where you live. But I tried applying to a concealed an out of state carry concealed permit in Massachusetts. I applied multiple times. They never even got back to me. They just kept taking my application fees. But yeah. So Florida just updated that law. It was recently, wasn't it? I'd say within the last 6 months or something. I could be wrong. Time's been flying by lately. All right, Justin, you taking off, man. Thanks for hanging out. We definitely appreciate you being here as usual. And we will catch you on the next one. Be well, brother, man. How many nice multi tools and hatch axes do you bring for a solo trip? Just you for a few days. Ole Hanson, once again, there's a huge variable there. What is my objective? What am I doing? Sometimes I just carry almost absolutely nothing, and other times I'm carrying the kitchen block. So yeah, that's um, but typically I'm carrying 2 to 3. I would say on average, it doesn't matter whether I'm doing some cross country mountain biking or some hiking. I may switch it up depending on what I'm doing, but the way I have my day pack set up, I pretty much carry this setup right here. Um, is my new setup. I carry this knife right here, these 2 knives like this, and then my third knife I carry would be this one, my calcula. Prior to that, oh, where'd that Enyo go? Because that Enyo was on here. Prior to that, I carried these 3 knives. I carried the Horkos with the Enyo piggybacked on it, and the Frike. I carried these 3 knives in the same backpack all at the same time, along with a multi-tool. Yeah, even with surrounding states, it's weird. Yeah. Yeah, give it or take the last 6 months. Yeah. Yeah, Tony, what's the question? Yeah, I want one of them paracord bracelets. Are they really paracord? Some of them are really paracord, some of them are not. They're relatively easy to make. It's a fun little project to do if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, so it went from these three knives to these three knives is what I carry 110% of the time, along with a multi tool. And I used to carry some SOG. I think they changed the box to charge us more, but I carried a SOG power assist multi tool type thing for a bunch of years until that finally broke. And then Miss B got me a Leatherman Surge, and I've been carrying that for like 5 6 years. And then I recently got the Wave Plus as an EDC, and the Surge is more like the outdoor thing. It's got a permanent home in my chest rig now. Nah, man, my hands aren't so nimble anymore. Laying brick stuff. Mason work. Yeah, that'll mess you up. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat, packing parachutes and everything. My hands don't wanna work that. I mean, not the same as masonry, but still the same road down the carpal tunnel, like one of these type paracord bracelets. Um, yeah, there's a bunch of people that make them. Yeah, masonry is definitely a tough job. You're gonna earn your pay on that job site. Yeah, I mean, depending on, where are you at, Tony? Depending on where you're at, I don't know. Maybe I could make one. Yeah, yeah, my ring size is doubled. It's crazy. Yeah, you must have some like phenomenal grip strength as well. Yeah, back in my younger days, a lot of people thought I was a mason. But really, I was a rock climber. So you get the same kind of calluses, and yeah, some superhuman finger strength, and oh, you're in Maryland. Yeah, I've the only part of Maryland I've really been through a bunch of times is when I go down the Delmarva. I used to take like Route 17 right down the Delmarva, and then they've got a bicycle shuttle so you can cross the Chesapeake Bay there in Norfolk. Good ride, man. I had some friends like right at the end of the Delmarva that own a huge oyster farm, and it was always nice hanging out there. They had the big home theater and everything like that. It was yeah. I don't think they measure it in inches, but it was like a 12-foot screen. It was insane. Really good times though. Yeah, the Delmarva it's a nice ride. That became one of my favorites. But man, the timing is weird because you can't really camp anywhere. Crossing the Chesapeake, you're not. They only open it like one day a year to cyclists and runners and stuff like that. It's like 1 or 2 days for some little run they have. So you gotta take a shuttle across, which turns out to be a New Hampshire, not a New Hampshire, but a state police pickup truck, like a quad cab pickup. And they put your bike in the back, and then you jump in. You're sitting up front with the cop going through the Chesapeake Bay, the bridge and tunnel system there. And it's nice though. They only charge you the toll, which was like $14 or $18 or something. Um, yeah, we got the gap too from TC to Pittsburgh. You ever get out this way? Um, yeah, I very well might. I think one of the things I'm going to do. I've done 17 rides of the Eastern Seaboard, from like New York to Key West, or any type of ride like that. I've gone from like Long Island down where a bunch of times to like Zephyr Hills, Plant City, Clewiston. Like I used to work in Florida in the Northeast. I'd like to do another ride, but this time from my home state, from New Hampshire down to like Key West. And I think to keep it interesting, I'm going to try to like meet up with as many people off of the channel as I can. So if you're along the route, like even if I gotta make some detours and stuff like that, little scenic riding views here and there, that would be awesome. Oh, don't get me started on the Shumbies. Yeah, we have Deep Creek Lake that attracts all the people from Pittsburgh and DC here. Yeah, gotta love tourists, right? Like here in New Hampshire, I taught some rock climbing up in North Conway. at Cathedral Ledge, White Horse Ledge, Humphrey Ledge, stuff like that. And man, it was so frustrating. We get all the leaf peepers. Like 90% of them are from Massachusetts. And they think, because they're on vacation, they're going to, they're leaf peepers. They're driving along 10 miles an hour. Guy's driving his car, wife's yelling, slow down while she's leaning out the window taking pictures. And I'm behind him going, hey, like, I got a thing to do. I got work. That word. Like, just because you're on vacation doesn't mean I am. I hated the leaf peepers so much. They are, man, and they all and you got to go to Massachusetts though to really hate them, because like they just their speed limit is whatever your car will do when the pedal's touching the floor. Like they run stop signs a whole 9 yards, but then they come up here to watch leaves, and they do the same thing like on the interstate. They're passing you doing 120. But the second they get off the interstate and it's their leaf peep and they drop right down at 10 miles an hour, you honk on the horn and they wave at you like, hey, buddy, you're my friend. How are you? And it's like, no, you're in the way, dude. Oh, God, not the mass holes. Yeah, the mass holes from Massachusetts. Yeah, what an extra special group. Florida's the same thing. Speed limit signs are just suggestions. Yep, bushcraft. Y'all got moose up there? Yeah, we got moose up in northern New Hampshire. Like once you start getting north of like Tilton, that area, but definitely like further up north. Yeah, when I used to live up in Gorham, there's like certain areas you could go. In fact, I've got an awesome moose call. I'll make a video of it someday. I got to make another one. It's like you just need a piece of string, a number 10 coffee can, a couple ounces of water. And if there's a bull moose within, I don't know, maybe a mile or two, you're going to draw it in. Yep, they can't drive at all. Yeah, moose and a lot of really big, yeah, a lot of big white-tailed deer. Yeah, we've got some awesome deer in New Hampshire, which is weird because you go down south, you go to a lot of places and you're like, man, the deer are suffering either from like bulimia or they're anorexic or there's something wrong with the deer. Like if you see a deer down in Florida, it's not the same. Especially if you go down to the Keys and you see the key deer, they're all like island dwarfed deer. It's pretty cool. I entered the bear lottery. If I get one, I'll let you know. Yeah, definitely, Tony. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that would be some interesting. Cook a couple bear steaks or something. That would be totally bushcrafty, wouldn't it? Grit and Grace. We have a black bear lotto here for the Torons to seem to be the only ones that probably because they charge more. It's like like if you get an out-of-state fishing license versus a in-state resident license, it's like triple the cost. I think they do the same thing with hunting tags. So yeah, they're probably getting them to out-of-staters so they can charge more. Like, government doesn't have enough money to give away or steal from us as it is. They got to make more. I saw a guy that got a deer down here in Florida. He was all happy about it. I went to go look at it. And said, you shot somebody's dog. Yeah. Yeah, and by the time you dress it out and have it butchered, you're like, I got like 11 pounds of meat off of that deer. And it's probably like tough and stringy too, like gamey. Yeah, they charge more to hunt from out of state. It's a racket. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Like it is. They always say it's about conservation, but it's more about taxation. It really is. Oh no, Fido. What's that called? In Korea, in Hangul, which is what they speak in South Korea at least, it's called kagogi. Bulgogi is beef. This is how you remember it. If it's beef, it starts with B, bulgogi, and if it doesn't start with B, it's kagogi, and that's that's Fido. Yeah. No floors. I got to make up that 2 billion they lost. Oh, I think they figured it out to where, like, between what they give away, like there's like 193 countries in the world that are recognized, sanctioned, whatever, and we give 177 or so of them money. So we roughly subsidize 97% of the countries in the world. And now like your average American can't afford anything now. So yeah, that's just a shame. So between what they give away every year and what is taken and laundered and all that, I think if you were to add it up over the years, it's pretty much our national deficit. So they've taken what we give them and then some. In fact, the deficit is so much that the interest on it just consumes the taxes now. So it's a completely broken system. Yeah, the out of state dingbats up here have taken down goats and donkeys thinking they were harvesting a deer. Yeah, yeah, man, and that's one of the reasons why I'm not into hunting at all anymore. The only way I would hunt is if I had a boatload of private, like I own it acres. That's the only way I wouldn't. I don't even like hiking on. In fact, I don't even hike on public land or anything. As soon as hunting season starts, I'm gone. Like you won't catch me in the woods. I won't be hiking. I won't be mountain biking. I won't be out. There's just too many morons out there that are like, I've got to tag a deer, and well, man, I ain't got a single antler. I got two ears, and that's it. Like I don't know. Yeah, Flores. I know. I had the Bam almost hit my house when I lived in Southern Maryland. Yeah, it's there's all sorts of craziness going on, but what can we do? You know? Yeah, a new kind of hunt. Now I got plenty of friends who need help with deer. Yeah, I mean, if it were like a friend's property and he, they did some farming, we're having deer problems, and there was going to be a deer hunt or something, I'd get in on something like that with some other experienced hunters. But yeah, diddly bop it on the woods. Like I said, even if I'm not hunting, if I'm hiking or mountain biking or something, I don't do it. Even if you wear orange and stuff, I don't get it. But yeah, it's definitely not as safe as it used to be. Yeah, I've open invitation on tribal land anywhere, anytime I want. I just do what I want to film. Yeah, yeah, and that's the other thing. Yeah, there's a difference. I've never trophy hunted. All the hunting we did was, to it was for the freezer, for the freezer, the table, whatever you want to call it. Um, Hypernova. These are Phobos knives. For operators by operators, made in the USA, right down in Tennessee. Owned, operated, designer, and everything is Eric Hansen. He's a retired Green Beret of 22 years, U.S. Army, clearly. Um, and yeah, he's the owner, operator, designer, all that. This is the Calcula and S35 VN steel, PVD coated, red G10 liners with carbon fiber scales. Um, that's that one. This piggyback setup I've got here. This is the sheath that it comes with. It does come with like a dangler setup, but I just drop it in the pocket with this one usually, or carry it in a backpack. The one on the front here is the Phobos Tier 1 Mini, CPM 154 CM steel. All of these ones are PVD coated. This has orange G10 liners with OD micarta scales, skeletonized. And the one on the back here is the Phobos Tier 1 BC. This one's in Magna Cut. And all of these clearly full tang, all that. It's got the attitude adjuster or less than lethal approach here on the bottom. Coconut density tester, whatever you want to call it. It has the bow drill divot. It goes all the way through to the full tang, and then it's actually rounded out in the bottom. A lot of companies will just put it in the scale, but you're gonna you're gonna cook the scale. So yeah, if you decide to do a bow drill fire, you've already got a major component already finished. It also has this ferrocium rod notch here at the end, this little curved piece. So it increases the surface contact. It also gives you some like lateral control. If you've ever kind of like slid to the side with a ferro rod, this will keep you in place. So, and then it increases the surface area. This thing throws sparks like a champ. Started hundreds of fires with it already. Haven't touched the edge. Um, and then yeah, it's got the Persian swedge, which isn't just it's cosmetically appealing, but it's functional. It allows the blade to flex a little bit rather than just snap. So awesome, awesome blades. Yeah, all of his knives are full tang. The state's trying to get all the oats this year. Can't eat the antlers, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Can't eat the antlers. You can, but it's good to get a deer with a decent rack every once in a while, because you can use it for rattling. For as a deer call. Uh, you know, During the rut and all that, you can draw them in with that. Another really really cool Phobos knives is definitely some sticker shock knowing the price of Phobos vendors lot, but I guess yeah, you get what you pay for. Actually, the lowest prices if you deal direct with Phobos. His website's down, but if you send him an email, he'll sell direct, and he's got great prices, and he's the only one that hasn't raised their prices in the last year. Everybody, in fact, he just was it January, February, or something like that of 2024. He took 20% off all his prices just like to give everybody a better deal, like to fight inflation. So, but yeah, they're definitely worth it. I love to see USA still making beautiful knives. Absolutely, yeah. I'm 100% for American knives. I don't use anything else. I have no interest. Without getting into the politics of it, um, I just can't stomach spending my money on like Chinese products because like we spent what half a century or more fighting communism. I'm not going to help finance it. So and we got sold out to China, but yeah. So at least when it comes to knives and a lot of things, whatever I can buy, like USA made or allies of the USA, like I don't mind buying like Canadian products or certain European products, whether they're from England, Ireland, Sweden, so on and so forth. Um, Yeah, chaos. Yeah, but there's no cobblers around me, and I don't use a trust a person. I don't use the yeah yeah. I'm with you on that, Tony. Yeah. My ex brought in. I had a nice pair of Justin boots, and my ex brought them in for a resole, and they were nice. They had the leather bottom and everything, and they put some goofy little rubber bottom on there. I was like, come on, like you like what? I don't know. I don't know how it usually when it goes to the cobbler, they replace it with what's on there unless they kind of like you agree to it first. And he just decided to put some goofy little rubber sole on my Justin boots. Um, I live fairly close to the Spyderco facility in Golden. I like their stuff. Yeah, I like Spyderco as well. I recently, a little over a year ago, I was gifted a Spyderco. In fact, it's a discontinued model. This is the Spyderco CF. I believe this has like S30 steel or something like that. But yeah, Spyderco CF carbon fiber scales. Let's see. I can. Yes, yeah. CPM S30V is the steel. But yeah, this was gifted. This is my EDC folder. Yeah, I definitely dig Spyderco. I've been looking into like some of the Manix and the Shaman and stuff like that, but not in a rush for another folder. Yeah, yeah. What do you? Is it a fixed plate or a folder, Tony? Want to pick up a Mule Team fixed blade and got some scale custom made? Yeah. I'm gonna end up getting some custom scales made eventually as well. This one hasn't been out in the woods too much, but I use this in the kitchen like multiple 3, 4, 5 days a week. And this is the Phobos Knife Solaris. This one is a satin finish, black G10 liners with ivory micarta scales. And yeah, this is another great knife. It has the bow drill divot as well. This one is in CPM 3V steel. And yeah, I've used this. This has cut everything in the kitchen from, like produce and poultry and slicing racks of ribs and steaks. And this has become my kitchen knife. So, and it does come with a Kydex sheath. This is the dangler I was talking about that comes with the Calcula, but I took it off. I just don't use it. Um, but yeah, this is another sweet knife that Phobos makes. And it comes in like all different variations, either PVD or satin finish. And like I said, there's like a cornucopia of scale options and everything. You should check out some Hogue knives. I was just looking at Hogue knives the other day. Yeah, I celebrate diversity here, and I've got too many fixed blades. I really do. I hate to say it, but I do. And there's some other gear I need to spend money on. It's kind of like saws. I have a couple extra saws now too. I've kind of gone overboard with that. But yeah, I've got some soft goods I need to purchase. I got to get into some tarps and tents and hammocks and things like that. It's actually sewn products is my forte by trade. I was an FAA certificated master parachute rigger, so yeah, I happen to know a thing or two about sewing, and I feel as if that would be my strongest contribution to the outdoor community. And I can give advice on any of that stuff, even rock climbing gear, um, all sorts of stuff. So I was just looking at Hogue grips. Yeah, I've used a ton of Hogue grips. I had them nothing but Hogue grips on my Berettas, both my 92 FSs, my 84s. I had it on my Taurus PT92 as well. I threw some Hogue grips on there. I had them on my Taurus M85. It was a little 38 special revolver. Yeah, I've had Hogue grips on a lot. I've had Hogue grips on AR-15s. But I don't know why, I just haven't gone down the Hogue knife route yet. Need to look into a better set of kitchen knife suggestions. Um, I don't know. I don't buy kitchen knives anymore. Is I've got this Phobos Alaris does an amazing job in the kitchen. Um, I don't know too much about kitchen knives. I traveled too much. I spent like 20 years plus. Not yeah. So when I was in the army, like yeah, you don't have a need for kitchen stuff. And then post army, I worked in professional skydiving. I moved every 6 months of my adult life, so I never got too much into kitchen stuff. Like my my Spartan Blades Horkos and stuff. That was my kitchen knife. My Frike. This was my sit down and eat dinner knife. I carried a 3-piece utensil set by not yeah, the Sea to Summit 3-piece aluminum utensil set, and the Frike. That was my table settings. Benchmade makes decent kitchen. Yeah. Benchmade does make some decent uh, kitchen cutlery. Everybody I've talked to likes it, but yeah, like everything in Benchmade went up quite a bit, and I don't know. They've never justified it. It just seems like a whole lot of greedflation. Floors I personally buy. Yeah, German cutlery is good. I was looking at the Sig K320 by Hogue. Yeah, barbed hooks. I have no clue what that is. Um, yeah, I have what I have. I know what I have, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't go down that road too often. Um, and yeah, I've gotten a little bit more into knives and stuff than I probably should have. I'm just there's some nefarious people out there that if if they don't like you, then it's weird. Yeah, Benchmade makes decent kitchen knives. They're just pricey. It's just a fancy pocket knife. Yeah, there's a whole lot of fancy on the market. I guess teach their own. Whatever your budget is, whatever your needs are. To a certain degree, you get what you pay for. The more you're willing to pay, the better you get. But then it gets to a point where it's like depreciated return. Like you're not getting your money's worth anymore. It's like, like Gucci or Versace or whatever. Even knives are like that. It gets to the point where there's a maximum amount that you can invest into materials and craftsmanship. And beyond that is just, yeah, it's the luxury tax. It's you're paying for the name of it. Like CRK knives is a great example. I really don't think that their knives are quite that price range. You could take like 40% off and buy something with a different name on it. So like 40 to 50% of CRK Chris Reeve knives is like you're paying for the CRK stamp. Um, Something that keeps an edge and cleans easy. Yeah. Yeah, and then as your needs change, like the knives I used growing up, didn't fit the bill as much because growing up in New Hampshire, we got water and stuff, but not that big of a deal. But traveling the Eastern Seaboard, working places like Key West, that's when I really started getting into like the DLC PVD coated blades, like good quality corrosion resistance, lowering the maintenance if I didn't get around to it. So yeah, they're all game changers and like knives are unique. There's so many knives out there. You can find something to fit what it is you need. Yeah, exactly. But all that crap made in China is stitched with a tag. Yeah, the same with sunglasses. One company. Yeah, yeah, Tony. Yeah, exactly. The same with sunglasses. Like, yeah, at some point, it all got bought out. Like, I used to be a really big Oakley fan. I still like Oakleys, but yeah, all the companies got bought up, and they just it's what's gone on with everything. It's just everything's turned into a big box store. Everything's a Walmart, a Target, a Home Depot, a Lowe's. Yeah, all the brands, and they get watered down as soon as they get sold out. Dekine is a company. They made like kiteboarding, skateboarding, mountain biking supplies, and as soon as like they were an awesome company. I bought a lot of mountain biking stuff from them. I bought some kite surfing stuff from them, and they sold out to they got sold out, shipped overseas, and I replaced the same exact model mountain biking backpack. It was the Dekine Nomad, and the price was the same, but the quality had dropped like so far down. I was so upset when I got it in, and I'm like really bad about it because I go into Sewn products like a master parachute rigger. Like I turn on the OCD, flip that switch, and I know the difference between materials, different fabrics, different elastics, everything they use to make sewn products. I've built parachutes, harness container systems, wingsuits. I've built all that stuff. I have a like very thorough understanding of sewing and the materials involved with these products. So when they make a change like that, I catch on to it. Like I didn't even take it out of the plastic, and I was like, wow. They just downgraded everything they possibly could on the backpack, lowering the production and the labor costs while keeping the retail price the same. And I couldn't have been more disappointed. Yeah, Reebok makes decent stuff. Yeah, I like Merrill, Solomon, Low. Yeah, there's a few brands I like. I'm not really into the common like Reebok, Nike, Adidas stuff like that. I really don't get into any of those. Even Under Armour. I bought a pair of Under Armour boots, and they lasted about 2.5 months playing paintball. They just sucked. Um, so yeah, I got check the labels. Shady Rays, they'll replace them. Yeah, I used to wear a lot of Ray Bans, but not for the price they want for them now. Yeah. Well, everything's gone up. I mean, look at the Katana Boy, the Silky Katana Boy, yeah, no, the 500 used to be like 150, $160. It went all the way up to $352. In the course of like 12 to 18 months. It went from like 150 bucks up to 352. And then I think they're discontinuing that one. They dropped the price back down to like $290, but they came out with the Silky Katana Boy Professional 550, and that one's like 460 or $470. We're talking a year and a half ago, the 500 model was 150 bucks. It's that they're just, yeah, the dollar's crashing harder than anybody can keep up with it. I mean, that's the sad reality of it. Gold isn't becoming like, it hasn't doubled in value in the past couple of years. Same thing, silver. Silver hasn't tripled in value in the last 6 months. Just the dollar's crashed so hard that, yeah. Now when an ounce of silver went for a few months ago, it was 20 bucks. Now it's, 130 or something. They're saying it's going to hit 173 or so within the next 30 days. Tom, we were talking about Reebok sunglasses, not shoes. I didn't even know. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't. It's the brand in general. I don't buy those brands. Um, so it doesn't matter whether it's a Reebok T-shirt, their running pants, their shoes, their sunglasses, their hats. Reebok, Adidas, Nike. I don't buy any of those. Yeah, a pair of Ray Bans saved my eye from a piece of shrapnel. I think they're worth cannon. Oakley's got ballistic sunglasses as well. That'll do the same thing. But Cannon, how you doing, man? How's your corgi? We're yeah, silver might be 300, but that's the whole thing. Silver isn't going up to $300 an ounce. Your dollar is dropping in value. Since 1913, the dollar's lost 97% of its value, and it's crashing faster now than it ever has been. So I'm not even sure. Like it's hard to plan anything out right now because what I was planning on doing a year ago, like add 40% to that due to like inflation, greedflation, tariffs, and everything going on. Literally, I had like gear list planned out of things I wanted to do, and now I kind of junked it all and started over. Now gold is where it's at. I don't know. I don't think gold is even where it's at with the economy crashing as hard as it is. Yeah, you're not gonna. You can put gold on a plate, but it's not gonna feed you. That kind of scenario. I think if I owned a bunch of gold right now, I'd sell it at these prices and buy like heirloom seeds and stuff. I'd start planting gardens and I'd make sure I got my hunting gear all in line. Make sure I got some good fishing kit as well. Talos 9. That a new Phobos one with a white hand? No, I've had this one. I got this one for last Christmas. This is the Alaris. CPM 3V steel. It's got the black G10 liners with ivory micarta. It's been out for a while. I've actually had it for over a year now. 13, 14 months, something like. I actually Eric Hansen sent me this as a Christmas present last Christmas. So yeah, I've had it for that long. And a corgi in the snow must be the furry little buggers enjoying the ice. The furry little bugger. Well put, Cannon. Yeah, it comes up right to it. Dude, your corgi would be lost here. Would never see it again. I just bought some black beefsteak tomatoes. They cost almost $20 a dozen. Yup, and that's why they want everybody living in big cities. Because then you can't escape the government. Like if you got a nice rural home, you can set up your own garden, grow your own tomatoes, your own cucumbers, whatever you want to grow. You can have a little chicken coop. You're not 100% relying on the on the capitalism, if that's what we want to call it. Yeah, 15-minute cities, and that way there, like like they'll say, if you can control the food, you can control the people. Like people got to eat. There's no way around it. When people don't eat, they just go batshit crazy. So, if they got you, like you're stuck in the system, you're gonna do their 9 to 5 job. You're gonna pay your taxes. You're gonna give all your money to the billionaires that own Walmart and all these big grocery stores and Target. You're gonna, that's just how they want it all set up. You'll have no freedom. You'll have no choice. Your only choice is to bow to the system or starve. Like, yeah, they're gonna and they're gonna price it out so that everybody can barely afford anything. Like that whole you'll own nothing and be happy and you're gonna eat the bugs. Yeah, they're working their way towards it. Yeah, can't escape Big Brother, yeah. No, they called it off today and tomorrow. Cannon, you got time off, man? That's awesome, dude. I mean, it's good, but it kind of sucks. I don't know, like I'd like to make the money. I hate when they say take the day off because I'm like, no, that costs too much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Plants are medicine, and I can't even make content on it without getting schwacked. Yeah, yeah, and that's why, because big pharma, right? And my mother worked for big pharma her entire life. I know too much about that, and that's why. Yeah, they don't want you to know how to do things healthy and safe. They want you dependent on the system. And you got to ask yourself, like the United States only represents like 4% of the world's population, but yet we consume 50% of the world's pharmaceuticals. Like me, honestly, I think they've got a cure for a whole bunch of stuff, but there's no cure. There's no money in the cure. The money is in the nonstop treatments. Yeah, Tony Cannon is in Texas. Yeah, make sure you have the gear to clean water with for a long time. Different methods is nice. Yeah, yeah. All Hansen is right. Yeah, make sure you can procure water. Have multiple methods, backup methods. That's going to be one of your most important things. Um, and I wouldn't count on boiling it all the time. Sometimes you just can't. Yeah, I love the grill. The grill is awesome. The only downside to the grill is the short lifespan of the purifier. It takes 100% out of everything, but like the Ultra Press is roughly 30 gallons. The Geo Press is around 40 gallons. You can extend that. Use a solid pre-filter. Pre-filter the water 2 or 3 times if you have to, and you can extend the life of that. Yeah, I got tabs and bleach. I'll be okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, reverse osmosis, pre-filter the water. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got a dirt road that's 5 miles off the highway. It's a skating rink. That's why I'm looking for land. Yeah. We're fortunate here in New Hampshire. We've got tons of like water sources. Like where I'm at, I could walk like I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes in any direction and kind of find my way to a water source of some type, whether it's a small creek or a large river. But yeah, we've got ponds and lakes and streams and creeks, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we've got all that stuff. But yeah, water procurement, and not just for yourself, but for everybody. You got to think, like well beyond the hiking, the camping, the bushcrafting, the shit. I'm kind of like a solar traveler myself, so I tend to just think that way sometimes. I did it for so many years. Um, Methods are important too. They'll get you all the copper wire you can eat. Yeah, but with all the crap they're dropping on us out of the sky, well, yeah. What can you do about that? You can say like the same thing. I mean, if you're in a situation where like acquiring some water is a high hazard situation, then I wouldn't worry about what they're crop dusting us with from airplanes. I'd worry about like drones swooping in or something. Yeah, well is the way to go. An aquifer would be best, but water's water. Yeah, yeah, Tony, you're absolutely right. But yeah, a lot of people rent like our situation. We don't own. We rent right now. So yeah, there's there's no way. I'd have to find somebody or know somebody that has a well to make that a legit scenario. Yeah. Um. But yeah. So and anybody else with some extra time off thanks to the snowstorms? Is he? How's that working out for everybody? I know. Yeah. Chaos just said he's got a couple of days off. I mean, not chaos. Sorry, Cannon. Cannon. Berdert. Berdert. Um. You can't go wrong with that one though. Yeah, do you have groundwater up there? I figured it'd be frozen half the year. Yeah, well, that's half the year the ground is frozen. It'd be quite the work to dig through to soft soil. But there's more than enough places where you could chop through the ice and get some water. I'm off till Thursday at least. Nice. Yeah, that's good. I think everybody a little extra time off every once in a while always does people good, especially with everything going on. Yeah, a couple days rest, reset the head. Yeah. Got a stock pond on my property. It holds over 2,000 gallons. Can't it? Is it? You got fish in there too? Yeah, the filter you have is using coal. Yeah, well, Hanson, it does use coal, so it's not just a filter; it's a purifier. And a lot of them are just filters or less. I think the most unsafe ones going around are those microfilament filters, like Life Straw and Sawyer and things like that. Those things are so fragile, and they're not absolute. Like they don't take everything out of the water. So, but yeah, the grill filters, yeah, they're definitely yeah, they've got a charcoal in it like this, and that's one of the reasons why you don't get like hundreds of liters or whatever, 100,000 gallons, which is crap. I don't know anybody that's ever gotten that kind of water out of a Sawyer or a Lifestar or anything like that. They all clog up and stop to work. In fact, most of them, after you put like 10, 15, 20 gallons through them, even if you back flush it religiously all the time, they still end up like they're either so slow or they're just not worth dealing with, and they don't take everything out of the water, not even close. So in fact, there's some of the major stuff that they don't take out. I'm not gonna try. I can't remember exactly which ones they are, and I don't want to try guessing because yeah, I'm sure Lifestraw would love to sue me or something. But yeah, they're filters. They're not purifiers. Yeah, yeah, he drove by, man. Oh man, yeah, they did that to me last night too. I was out there shoveling, and that's the worst, man. Right? You're just about done, and the plow truck guy goes back and just fills everything in again. You're like, come on, dude. Like, really, cut me some slack. They've been plowing every hour, but they always know right before. Yeah, Tony, you're always welcome, my brother. Yeah, yeah, coal removes pesticides. Yeah, it's you can even get like add-on coal filters. They're that good. Like they'll additionally you can run it through additionally. Got cat, bass, perch. Yeah, so you're eating too, man. You got water and food. Can't go wrong with that. I've got to get in a situation like that. I love ice fishing. Really gets cold enough to get real good ice here. Oh, the previous owner stocked it. Yeah, yeah. So it's pretty well established. You know how long it's been established for? I know that's a bit of a game changer sometimes. Um, Shoot free fish, even better. Yeah, yeah, and it's on your property, so you shouldn't be required. Like it's your own property, so I don't think you need a. I don't know what Texas is like, but do you need a permit to fish and all that, or you can just go fish whenever you want to. That would be awesome. That'd be the golden ticket there. Thanks for the great convo tonight. I'm hitting the hay. All right. Well, hey, thanks for hanging out with us. We normally do lives Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. But yeah, some random throw up stuff during the week when there's extra time and everything. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Hey, thanks for like a lot of positive contribution to the conversation. Hopefully, we helped you out as well. Yeah, but we're always here. Send us an email, whatever. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Yeah, once in a while I don't do it constant. I watch the red tails down and grab them at times. Oh yeah, that's cool. The red tail hawks, right, Cannon? Here, if it's private land, no license needed. Same with hunting. Yeah, I think that's the way it should be. Yeah, it should be if it's your property, you shouldn't need a license. But I don't know. It varies so much from state to state. It's so hard to keep track of. Um, yeah, oh, nice. We got red tails too. Yeah, so how are we doing? Yeah, we're doing good, guys. Just checking battery and all that stuff, making sure it doesn't crash. Yeah, the dam spits out free fish for most of the year. Yeah, the winds are picking up too. The winds are honking here. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, so I've got to start posting some more stuff. I did start doing some more shorts. Of course, obviously, this is a great example. Trying to do some more lives. But yeah, I got to get back into the algorithm. Try to revive this channel. And yeah, I got to steer clear of all the the things like yeah, it definitely took a whooping. The channel took a whooping. And I just yeah, I'm not gonna argue with stupid. I just haven't got the time or the interest, and there's no negotiating with certain people. So I'm not gonna waste my time, and they can run around doing their smear campaigns because this side that side blah blah blah. I don't know, but yeah, I think I've got much more important things to be working on. I've owned the property for about 2.5 years. That's yeah, right on. Over 10 acres. You can hunt in Texas. I got a little over 40. Yeah, I got to find myself a piece of land like that at some point. Yeah, when the YouTube channel blows up, that's what I'll be looking for. 40 acres with a good sized stock pond. Maybe I don't know, maybe more, maybe like 60 acres or something. And then yeah, there's going to be certain people like we're going to invite out. We'll have like a couple things a year where we invite out a bunch of people to I don't know, do some camping, some bushcrafting, some fishing, some hiking, whatever. Cook copious amounts of food and enjoy it. Mostly meat. If you pour beer in your water filter, will it then become water? There's been a couple people that have done that, and it just I'm not sure. I don't think they came out to a solid conclusion. I think it comes down to like watered down beer or something. Because there's some I don't know. Some of it just like infuses with the water or something. Yeah, not on my particular patch. A few properties down, they got them bad. I'm trying to get them over to mine. I'll tell you, I'm moving south if it hits. Yeah, yeah, same here. Could you imagine going through this storm right now, with no heat, no power? I mean, geez, um, it's not a situation. It's not like up to me, you know. I can't do the modifications or the changes to the house. I don't own it. So yeah, being in the Northeast, under like less than ideal conditions would suck. Yeah, I'd rather. I think that's why Florida has such a homeless problem. A lot of the homeless they do like the snowbirds. They'll get on a Greyhound bus or something. If you walk around Florida in the winter, there the homeless people are everywhere. That's why I like down in the Keys that there's no camping whatsoever. Like people got to hide in little nooks and crannies. It's kind of creepy when you find a homeless person in the Florida Keys. But yeah, yeah, definitely difficult. Yeah, I've always wanted to grow plums and make me some plum wine. Yeah, I don't even know where plums grow to be honest. Where do plums grow? Like what kind of climate do plums need? Yeah, that sucks. I got a generator, got an old mil spec diesel for cheap years ago. Yeah, I've got the what is it, the Buddy Heater Deluxe or something. It's the double burner Buddy Heater and in a couple of 30-pound propane tanks. Decided to upgrade from the 20s to the 30s. So we could keep a decent amount of where we live like warm. And then of course I've got like some sleeping bags and all that stuff. But long term, under like yeah, like a real bad situation. Like it would suck. I'm not even talking like a power outage for a couple days or something. If things get extra stupid, yeah, I would be looking to head south as well. Plums grow any state that doesn't frost. Frost will kill them in a heartbeat. All right, yeah, definitely not New Hampshire then. There'll be no plum trees in New Hampshire. I think we get frost in June or July or something every once in a while. Um, yeah, how silent can a generator be? I don't think too silent. And until you get to some like crazy expensive government stuff, I think generator is going to be pretty loud. Half cereal, it's colder than my dad's hugs outside right now. Oh, half cereal has got to be a Gen Xer, right? That sounds about right. Yeah, it's colder outside than my dad's hugs. I asked my dad for a hug once. He handed me $10 and offered me a ride to the mall. He's like, "Well, if that's what the kids are buying nowadays, you should get one." Oh, that's a sad story. You shouldn't share that on you. No, it's not true. It's kind of a joke. Um, Generators all depend on Honda. Does make some quiet motors. Tony, you'll wake up on the kitchen floor. That's where I learned about plum wine. This shit's strong. Oh, that's what. So yeah, okay. Back to the wine. Yeah. So plum wines. I've never had plum wine. Does that fall into like? I'm guessing it falls into like the dessert wines. I had some blueberry wine. We went on. I went on a few dates with this crazy chick in upstate New York, and her big thing was to go on the wine tours. They have a lot of wineries up in upstate New York, and so you get on this tour bus and they drive you around to the different wineries, and you get to taste a bunch, and of course they're selling it to you, and of course you're buying a bunch. But she never like thought of the end of the trip. Like when they kick you off the bus at when you're back to your original destination and you've been drinking wine for 4 hours, now you're sitting around the like with nothing to do, waiting to sober up so you could drive home. Oh, it's off. Yeah, so yeah, probably definitely yeah, if it's a sweet wine, it's a dessert wine then. I haven't seen this much snow on my phone since the Charlie Sheen documentary. That's priceless. Yeah, that's a lot of snow. It's like some it's like Miami Vice out there. Um, I have the single panel buddy heater and a cheap knockoff as well. Only the buddy is safe indoors. Yeah. Yeah, they've got the shut off valves and stuff or shut off sensors and all that for the buddy heaters. Um at the previous place we were at years ago, I used it to heat like I had like a finished off basement man cave. I actually had a full 10 yard archery range from like line to line was 10 yards. So it was about 13, 14 yards altogether. But yeah, I had a nice 30-foot indoor archery range and everything. And I used to heat the whole thing a lot of times with that double burner buddy heater. And man, it was great. Yeah, my aunt-in-law lives in Ocala, very towny. Yeah, I used to go out to the Ocala National Forest a whole bunch. I did a lot of work in DeLand, a lot of work all over Florida. But yeah, when I was in DeLand, that was my thing. If I wasn't working, I was going out mountain biking, doing something. But you got to be careful. You can be like Ocala National Forest is huge, and you can be out there as a ways, and then all of a sudden you're just cruising along, and then oh no, it's another blue tart village, and it's like oh, it's scary, man. I lived in Tampa for 23 years. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I used to, yeah, once again, Florida. I worked in South Lakeland, South Lakeland, at the airport there, for Skydive Tampa Bay. And we used to go to the Tampa Brewing Company owned by Dave Dobles. And yeah, that was some fun times. Um, I mean, land is going to get more pricey. The bummer is yeah, I was kind of hoping to do it off of YouTube, but that just keeps dropping off more and more as the day goes by. So, but we'll see what happens long term. It's funny, Maryland is the same way. Just have ventilation, gas heaters, use up the oxygen. Yeah, exactly. What could possibly go wrong? I sat and had a beer with Hulk Hogan one time. Geez, yeah, not I've had a beer with Chuck Liddell in Boulder City, Nevada. Yeah, that would be a little like, oh, so you and Hulk Hogan shared a bear, huh? That's it might not be legal in a lot of states. But yeah, spell check. Yeah, we're cool with the beer. Never did like Hogan. Macho Man was the dude. I met Chuck Liddell, had him sign my hat. Yeah, whenever I meet people that are famous, whatever we want to call those people, I just treat them like they're just another person. And yeah, I don't want anybody's autograph. I don't know. I know some people are into that. I never understood the fascination with it. But yeah, I've never asked a single person for an autograph. Yeah, not once in my life. I tried selling my autograph. It didn't get me anywhere, so I'm like, we're not going that way. Cipher circles. Hello, what is the revolver cylinder looking thing? That is a Yojito hand fishing reel. Actually, I've got it backwards. The flared side goes on the outside. Yeah, it's I don't have any hooks or anything on it, but it's a hand fishing reel like a hobo reel style. It's based off of the Cuban yo-yo reels. And they're made right down in the by the Ocala National Forest and all that, right in Florida. They're CNC milled down there. Um, you can get it as a little package deal with a zippered pouch. There's the company name. Fishingyoyito.com is their website. And I think it was like with the pouch and some fishing line, and it comes with some sinkers and hooks and swivels and all that. It was like 64.95. That included shipping and handling. So yeah, you guys, if anybody's interested, yeah, fishingyoyito.com and made in the USA, right down in Florida. So hell yeah, I lived in New Hampshire for 3 years, a year in Derry and 2 years in Salem. Yeah, there's a bunch of people that have come through here that live in New Hampshire, um, which is weird because it's a relatively small state in comparison to most states. Yeah, I grew up in New Hampshire. I left for like a little over 25 years and came back. Well, no, I came back earlier than that, but I lived way up north and it didn't feel like New Hampshire anymore. I was up in Gorham. I was working in North Conway and running between North Conway, Lebanon, Maine, and Pepperell, Mass. Yeah, so I taught skydiving and I used to teach some rock climbing as well. Oh, your sister lives in Londonderry? Yeah. Yeah, I know the area. Like, yeah, I literally grew up in Manchester. I went to West High School and Memorial High School, which is I went to two high schools because where I lived, I was supposed to go to one school, but they didn't offer junior ROTC, so I was able to go to the second school, provided my parents agreed to the transportation, so I could do 4 years of junior ROTC. Yeah, yeah. Viva Manch Vegas. There. I went to Manch Vegas a few years ago. And wow, has that place changed? Like it's that's yeah, you cannot oh wow. Yeah, Manch Vegas changed something fierce. And not for the better either. Um what is the tool below the jet foil? That's an MSR canister stove. It's yeah, there you have it. It's and then canister plops right on there. It'll fit any of the three common sizes. It's a nice wide stable base. So yeah, this is for people that have accidentally knocked their stuff over and like there goes your lunch, there goes your dinner, or so much for breakfast. That's exactly who this is for. And yeah, I've been that idiot on more than a few occasions. So it weighs what I don't know, a half an ounce or something like that. It's aluminum. Worth its weight. I think they're like 10 or 15 bucks. I don't know. Oh, yeah, dude, that sounds cool. Oh, Lowell, Mass, man. Wow. um, yeah, I got a friend of mine who's the chief of police right there. He used to be the chief of police for the New Hampshire State Police, and then when he left there, yeah, he's the chief of police in Lowell, Massachusetts now. I lived in Revere, Mass. Hop, skip, and a jump from Salem. In the projects on Adams Street. Don't worry, we won't hold it against you. Yeah, we yeah, we can't give Cannon trash about living in Massachusetts because we harass him too much about his barking cat there, the corgi. Did you try giving it a little gear, man? Maybe it'll jack up to the size of a Rottweiler or something. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, my interweb's lagging pretty hard. I don't know why. I was the only white kid in the neighborhood in Lowell. Yeah, it sounds about right. What's up from Quebec? Not much. How's Quebec? The Quebec, Canada. Yeah, they come down here a lot to New Hampshire. The Quebecians, the Canadians. Canadians make some good gear, though, man. If I were gonna shop Canada for gear, I like Arkel panniers. They make awesome bike panniers, by the way. Other bike touring accessories. AquaQuest tarps are good. I haven't got my hands on those Agawa saws yet, but man, someday I will. Cipher Circles, what's next to the can opener? That dude's got a lot of questions, man. I'm gonna. It's they're fire starters, man. They are fire starters. I'm gonna check this out real quick before I get too far down this road. All right, yeah, it looks legit. Yeah, these are fire starters that we made here on the channel. It's like Bushcraft Rebooted Pyro Pucks, and they're the kind of like the cotton pads with wax and some ingredients there for the natural. I shouldn't say nat. It's not natural, man. Cotton's natural though, isn't it? But for having your pre-made fire starters for when you're not a YouTube bushcrafter that always has white birch or all that stuff. The fire starters should be called Barrymores. I think they were at some point. Coleman was Canadian one, I think. P-meal, yeah. P-meal bacon is delicious, and it's not. Oh, that's something. Americans totally pooped on that one. Like, there's no like Canadian bacon is like P-meal bacon. It's not ham. There's a difference. It's not ham. It really isn't. Yeah, if you if you've never had P-meal bacon, you got to have like the real deal at least once in your life. Yeah, that is an awesome contribution, my man. Yeah, Cipher Circles. Yeah, P-meal bacon is absolutely delicious. I think they were at some point. Zippo had a factory in Canada too. Well, there's been a lot of American companies that have been sold out to like Canada and Mexico. Like we subsidized a massive amount of income for Canada. Yeah, yeah, all what was it, Chevy, Ford, whatever, I don't know. Some of those automobile companies they started sending the factories to Mexico and Canada, and that's why Detroit looks the way it does today. It's because all the manufacturing that used to be done in Detroit, the automotive capital of the world, got sold out for cheaper labor or for favors to other people and stuff. Canadian bacon is not bacon. Yeah. Don't I like bacon and pineapple pizza? Actually, bacon though. Yeah, the bacon I'm cool with. The pineapple, I don't know. I'm not a pineapple on pizza fan. I don't. It seems like an accident, and somebody just faked like they liked it to like. Oh no, man, that wasn't. That was totally on purpose. And then yeah, we ended up with pineapple on pizza. Like we got that curse. Yeah, YouTube's lagging hardcore tonight, man. Like nothing's working right. I just don't get it anymore. I like the Sweetens. Yeah, that's what a lot. I've tried it, man. I'm just not a. I just think maybe the texture of pineapple doesn't quite go. I don't know. It's just I know some people love it. I don't get it. Nah, I like Canadian bacon, but not pineapple. Canadian bacon is cured. So like standard bacon. Yeah, yeah, man. You've got to. If you It's one of those things. If you haven't had it, you don't understand it. I had a couple of friends of mine, Canadian friends, that were down here from Canada with work visas, and they worked with me at Skydive South Shore out on Long Island. And we had that conversation at one point about like Canadian bacon is it's the female bacon. It's not ham, and I just didn't understand. I'm like, okay, I believe you. I'm not gonna like whatever, but I just yeah, I don't get it. Well, they were in college at the time. They were like seniors in college, and so their parents were decided to make a trip to the U.S. to visit them at their skydiving job, which was cool. And they brought with them a whole bunch of female bacon just so I could try it. And oh, I ate most of it, and they were like so generous about it too, because they're like, no, we get this at the grocery store all the time. Like you can't buy it in the U.S. for some reason, or they're not doing it like that. So yeah, I had that bacon like a bunch of slices of it every day, and it's just it's next level bacon. It's good. Like yeah, that's if Canada got anything right in history, it's gonna be I'm gonna vote female bacon. Man, I know what I'm gonna buy. I've never seen it in the United States, and I've looked for it. Like it's a Canadian thing only. Like I'm sure someplace somewhere has it, but I've never found it, and I'm pretty well traveled. We did make the tasty Old Bay vodka. Y'all should try it. It's good. Old Bay vodka. I don't know about that one. That one even doesn't sound right. That's kind of like what are those fireballs or fire shots? What are those things called? Like yeah, that's what that sounds like, guys. You're tricking me into the craziness. Yeah, I'm just I don't know. I don't go down the alcohol road. I think when you get older, you kind of like I don't know, man. Don't get me wrong. I've had my drinking days, but I think my drinking days are done with. I could if I live the rest of my life without another hangover, I'm totally cool with it. You won't hear me complain for a second. I want a Bloody Mary now. Like, nah, it's good. We sell everything with Old Bay on it here, ice cream included. The Old Bay on fries is a winner. I don't know. I don't think the ice cream thing. Like, no, no. I don't. Where do you guys come up with this stuff? Yeah, I don't get it, guys. I love this. Like, there's been zero viewers in here for like the last 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes. Zero, zero. YouTube's telling all of you that you don't exist. You're a figment of my imagination. You're a figment of the interweb. Is everybody in here AI? Like say yes if you're AI. I think that's where it's. Imagine if you got tricked that often. Like that's a head wrecker, isn't it? Like think of like if you're on here doing a YouTube live stream to find out that all the people are fake. They're all AI. Even though like some of you guys I talk to privately. So, but oh yeah, that's a head wrecker. It's our state spice. We'll find something to put it on. Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know that New Hampshire has a state spice. I know we've got like the Blue Jay bird. It's the granite state. I don't know that New Hampshire has a spice like the state spice. We make some maple syrup here though, like the real stuff, not the fake stuff. I'm seeing 8 viewers right now. Yeah, oh mine went up to 1. There's only one of you is legit, the rest is AI. I'm intelligent but not artificial. Cannon was in the Marine Corps, so he's artificial. He's just not intelligent. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's a horrible thing to say. Uh, you guys got to stop picking on Cannon, man. Leave the guy alone. Let him have some rest. He's got some much earned days off right now, and no, don't be harassing him because he has a little barking cat corgi. He named it Mojo too. Don't tease him for that either. He's got a barking cat that's a corgi named Mojo, but he's got a couple days off. Yeah, we're having and good times were had by all. Oh, Job is a knockoff. Oh, Job is a knockoff. It tastes like dirt. Where did at one point I was stationed in Indian Head. Never been there. Yeah, Job is better spice in my opinion. The New Hampshire state spices are just salt and pepper. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like that would be New Hampshire. I don't think we have anything like real fancy like that. And we don't have enough shoreline. Like they have a little seafood festival, but it's just kind of like it's all the lobster you can eat for almost no money. Um, I did some beach landings there years ago during the seafood festival thing. Elsie Buell, what's happening, man? They put me back. I don't know, man. I'm back to zero. None of you guys exist. It literally says 0 for viewers. I got a 4 for chat rate. Average view duration 1 minute and 54 seconds. But Elsie, how are you doing, brother? Man, it is good to see you. Wow, that's crazy, man. Because yeah, they haven't been. I don't know what's going on. Everything like the interwebs lagging. Everything's kind of like acting weird on my end. But hey, the chat's still working. We're still going. People are stopping through, asking questions, and yeah, we're just having a good time, man. Decided to do a little. I got to go back out and shovel for like I think the third or the fourth time. I'm losing track, so I figured until then, I was gonna do a live, see how everybody's doing. But yeah, it is awesome to see you, LC. It's been a minute. There's two kinds of folks here: old pay or job folks. That's how I know. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Elsie, if you want, man, I'll send you a message or something when I'm gonna go live. If you're not getting notifications, I have access to that. The snow is hey, the snow is cold and it'll be wet eventually. So man, but no, we got like a foot and a half to 2 feet of snow here. And some of the snow drifts are like 4 to 5 feet. I've got a solid like 5 hours of shoveling or so far. Right around there, probably about another hour and a half worth of shoveling I got to do. Maybe a little more. It's been windy, so it's kind of blowing it around a lot. I know I was watching the First Amendment audit thing, and on the shorts it showed that you were live. That's awesome. These are not the droids you're looking for. No, they're not. We normally have bull or crab roast for fundraising around here. Yeah, Tony, that I don't think they do it as a fundraiser. They just do it. It's like a little like seafood festival they hold down at Hampton Beach. I don't think it's really supposed to be a fundraiser. It's more like a social and I don't know. I haven't been in many years. I heard they got ridiculous with the pricing, and of course the quality went down and the price went up. We haven't heard that recently. Um, Everybody just pinched their arm to check if we were all still here. Yeah. It's wow. It's gone on like 30 minutes or longer. That we've had 0 viewers in this live. I'm not exaggerating either. It's kind of there's a little bit of comic relief to it, but at the same time, whatever. YouTube's gonna YouTube. You know how that goes. Yo, Yito. Okay, we have a crab fest too. Yeah, I'm not a fan of lobster. Lobster used to be like poor people food. It was considered absolute trash. It was fed to inmates. Until finally they decided to start shipping it somewhere, and they're like, "Oh, this is delicious because it's not from around here." And yeah, I used to get a lobster for like 50 cents, and now it's like $50. Like lobster is kind of like it's kind of like the trash food of the sea sometimes. I'm not a fan of it. I ate tons of it years ago. I'll take like even a simple like snow crab or blue crab or something. Much better flavor and texture than a lobster. Chaos, be careful, it's a laxative. The MRE gum tastes like toilet paper. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, Chaos, we recommend if you're chomping away on MRE gum, there's no safe farting for you for 24 to 36 hours. Like, just don't chance it, brother. My bad, that was the toilet paper. Yeah. So my cat has been outside for 2 days in the cold and still did not want to come in. He tried his hardest to not come in. Oh, he deleted it. Oh, the cats are always a nuisance, man. There'll be no peace on this planet until all of the cats are gone. That's from Tremors, freaking awesome. How to grab my cat by the scruff just to dragon's blood in from the cold. What's from Tremors? The toilet paper. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to keep up, guys, but Captain, giving her all she's got. I love them movies. Gummers was a guy. Yeah. Oh yeah. The Tremors movies, man. Those were classics. It wasn't popular when it first came out, but it definitely developed a cult following. Yeah, Tremors was an awesome, really awesome series. I think there's actually a couple now I haven't seen. I think they're up to like 6 or 7 or 8. But yeah, dude in the bunker. Like, who didn't want his man cave? That dude had quite the arsenal going. Very impressive. I would not complain about that. And wasn't it? Yeah, Reba McEntire was his wife or something. Oh, they're making a new one with Kevin Bacon in it again. I told you my vision was blurry. I definitely have to go to the eye doctor. Yeah, Chaos, make that appointment, man. Go, definitely. We don't. If it turns into an SHTF situation, dude, we don't want to be like holding you by the hand, dragging you around. Like, you got to get some eyesight going, or you're gonna be on like latrine duty forever. Yeah, Reva was his wife, exactly. Yeah. That's funny. That is seriously funny. Yeah, so hey, so they're making a new one. When's it supposed to be out? Like this year, next year? Tony, I heard he passed away last year. Kevin Bacon, or Michael Gross is still alive? I'm gonna have to watch those movies. Those are classics. Yeah. Maybe wait until they come out with a new one and see if you can score like the whole all episodes on in a box set or something. So who else is switching back to physical media? Like, I know a bunch of people. I've never been into the streaming and all that stuff. I'm not a fan of it, but a lot of people are switching back to DVDs, CDs, books. because everybody keeps getting robbed, or they keep changing the information on the digital books, or like the situation Redbox. They went under and everybody lost their collections, their libraries. So yeah, when you purchase these movies, you can stream anytime you want. If the company goes over, you lose your movie collection. So there's a boatload of people switching back to physical media. And not to mention the fact that streaming started off as a good deal, like, oh, 2.99, all the movies you want. And then now it's up to like 10, 15, $20 a piece, depending on which one. And they're doing crazy stuff, like they're putting like half a season on one thing, so you start streaming it there. And then the second half of the season is on another streaming service. So instead of getting one streaming service for $15 to watch a season of something, you got to spend like $30 for two. It's crazy. I'm a pirate. Screw them. Exactly. Yeah, they screwed us hardcore, so screw them. Yeah. If if what do they, they got a trendy little saying going with that, like, yeah, if purchasing it isn't owning it, then yeah, pirating isn't stealing. Like, yeah, people straight up paid like $20 to have movie, you can stream it anytime. And then the company goes under or does something and you don't get your money back. You lose your right to stream it. So yeah, they've been robbing people for years. You might as well, like, yeah, I'm totally bootleg it, man. I'm printing a lot of my photos at the moment. Yeah, physical photos, man. I have no photos because I started transferring everything to micro digital. It was like the thing to do. Like micro SD cards, it fits on your fingertip. It's 512 gigabytes. But that little thing that fits on your fingertip, if you drop that in the grass or the sand or something, well, now you've lost it all. It's a horrible thing, really. Like, I'd rather, I should have kept my photo albums instead of switching to digital, because I had a bunch of stuff. I had a Western Digital 4 terabyte external hard drive, and that was like the master brain of my media and everything. And until I lost it, and then everything was gone. So spent a ton of money transferring stuff to digital, and then when you lose it, you're like, oh, I don't have either now. But yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, physical media degrades. It's all on a timer. Yeah, it does. Yeah, physical media does degrade, but most of it's going to last our lifetime. Like CDs and stuff like that, or like the games they're playing with games. Like you download a bunch of stuff from a thing, and if you lose your PIN number, something happens. At least the physical copy is gonna, if taken care of, is gonna outlast the games they're playing with the digital stuff. Yeah, yeah, Disneyland. LC, I have so many discs and hard drives full of movies and videos and stuff. I'm good. Yeah. Yeah, and if I don't watch a lot of movies, I might watch a couple movies or a couple episodes of something a month. I could go months without watching anything normal. Oh, it depends. DVDs and CDs cannot, just saying. Yeah, just getting caught up. Yeah, when you print different sizes and ratios, you see them differently. The square picture format can be used well. Yeah, yeah. There's a whole big game to making enlargements. Most definitely. Yeah, you can make 8x10s, 5x7s, unique sizes. Yeah, you can crop it any way you want to. It's kind of interesting. I did a couple years of photography class, so um, I got it on beta. Oh, what was that? What was the other one? The laser disc. Anybody remember laser disc? It was like the CD, but it was the size of a full size record. I still have some. Yeah, VHS is cool, man. Um, I wish I still. I remember the first VHS DVD combos, like the side by side. It was all the rage. I got it on beta. Beta, holy shit! Beta had the best picture. I don't know, man. I think the Laserdisc had the best picture, and that was the same time frame as like Beta DVD. I mean, not DVD, beta VHS. Yeah, I thought they invented a cure for that, LC. Oh, laser rod eats laser discs. Does it really? I didn't know that. Laser rod eats laser discs. I don't know. It still lasts longer than them saying you can't have it anymore. At least they you can yeah. It puts the like yeah, everything degrades. It's like the knife thing. Like that's why I don't like that Joe X guy. Like everything made by man can be broken. And yeah, if you put a knife sideways in between two things and take a 20-pound hammer and smash it, you're probably gonna break it or something. Damn YouTubers. Um but yeah, either way, the point of the physical media is the streaming services. It started off as it's cheaper than cable. Now it costs way more than cable. Um, if you have like Kindle, right, they can go in and change the words in your books anytime they want to. It's quite the task for them to come into your house, go on the bookshelf with some whiteout, and you see what I'm saying? Like I said, when Redbox went out of business, anybody that bought like any type of streaming media through them that you purchased, when they went out of business, you lost all your purchase items. That you just if you bought 500 movies that you were going to stream from them, well, now you own zero. You paid $20 a piece for them. It was convenient. It was quick. It was easy. But when they went out of business, you lost everything. So yeah, everything made by man is going to degrade. Um, but the big thing is if it's a movie you threw on your shelf, you're gonna watch it every other year or something because you've got a collection of 500 movies or 1,000 movies or whatever you like. The physical media, they can't just say like, "Oh, we're going out of business. You've lost it all." That's why people are switching back to digital media. It's not whether laser rod or brain rod or VHS, beta, laser disc, blah blah blah. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the streaming services robbing people blind, people buying stuff in a digital only format to only lose it all. There's people that have lost, like, PlayStation players that lost their PlayStation account. And so all those movies, all those games that they could download anytime from PlayStation, well, now they can't because they lost their account. All the ones they paid for, they lost. $60 a game. They had 20 games on there. It's $1,200, and something happened. Their PlayStation account got hacked. But if you've got the disc in your house, it doesn't. You can still keep playing. You own a physical copy of it. Yeah, Blu-ray is my favorite movie format. Laserdisc did not use so much sharpening and less edge enhancement. Yeah, yeah, Blu-ray is my favorite movie format. I got my DVD VCR combo at Goodwill for $10 with the remote. Degrade like yeah. We're all degrading like that. Trust me. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, this was the first time I was out there shoveling. Like I'm like, this is a lot of snow. Maybe I'm 51 years old. At what point am I gonna throw in the towel and be like, I'll get a snowblower? That would be, like a snowblower would. I'd still be out there in the cold. I'd still be doing some work, but um, yeah, I just I like to be out there. I still work circles around any of the Gen Zers and the millennials. Yeah, they the Gen Z was huddled up under their covers and stuff, playing their video games and watching their little, happy joy movies and stuff because it's too cold out there. We can't go out there and actually do something. Yeah, I like going out there and be like, yeah, I shoveled the whole damn thing myself. Ate up. Yeah, the ice sucks. I'm glad I have a blower. Yeah, lots less. Pay for his combo. I found mine with the remote. LC always finds all. You still got that Damascus? It's like a Damascus tracker. Um, LC found like sweet knife. Yeah. Zero investment. I bet you it'll last the rest of his life too. How's does it hold a good edge and stuff, LC? I told you I find all sorts. He does, man. I gotta hang out with LC. Yeah, LC Buell, man, that dude has got some luck. Like good luck, man. Like I want to like just put him in my pocket, go buy a couple of scratch tickets. We could we could buy some land for bushcrafting and stuff. Yeah, you gotta whip like Indiana Jones. You can't though. That's the whole thing, man. Parenting is now illegal. Like you can't even. It's not like the old days. You know, like you back talk the old man, you got a backhand or something, or you know what I'm saying. Like now, if you hurt their feelings, they want to throw you in jail. Like, psychological abuse is worse than physical abuse. Like, oh great, and anything against their little narrative is considered psychological abuse. Like, if you're not like throwing three gourmet meals in front of them, a bedtime snack, Louis Vuitton handbags, $1,200 iPhones and stuff, you're a bad parent. No, man, the system's broken. That's how it's broken. Like, make parenting legal again. I shoveled the ice off my stairs with a rushing tool today. Yeah, I didn't go that far, man. I had a full blown like snow shovel. But you in Texas, you can get away with that, man. Up here, yeah, it's like a snow shovel is just standard home or standard home equipment. Yeah, sadly, me, I got hit and I'm still here. Yeah, Cannon, you stole a tool from the Ruskies. Oh yeah, it does. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, he's got a great tracker knife, Damascus steel, holds an edge, zero invested. Yeah, I'm pretty sure zero invested. I don't know if he's done anything to it since, but yeah, it's a sweet knife, man. Yeah, he finds all kinds of coolness. Did I tell you that I found a double XLCA? Yeah, I think it's better than I use a US one. No, Elsie, I don't even know what that is. Double XL sports cot. Oh no, no, I don't think you told us about the cot. Or maybe you did. Maybe you told me. No, I think you did. I think you sent me on Instagram. Yeah, yeah, now I remember. My Gramps has all kinds of stuff from the Ruskies. Yeah, their Spetsnut shovel there. That's supposed to be pretty good. I found better though. Um uh I got this thing with digging tools now because I've never owned good digging tools. Even like the military trifold. That thing, I always ended up with garbage ones. Even I like straight up went to clothing and sales and bought one. Like this is the real deal. And yeah, the threads wear out. I don't know what goes wrong with those things, but I mean I've just not had good luck with them. So I've just started seeking other. I found a titanium shovel, but it's gonna be a minute before I get it. Um, my Graham says all. So yeah, it's what the cool kids is doing. Yeah, some are funky. I agree. They're not all made to the same spec. That's for sure. Yeah, and it just I've never had good luck with the trifold e tools and the ones where it's just like a bifold. Just the head of the shovel folds over. Yeah, I just haven't had good luck with those. So I've just that's why I got like that awesome tool. Um, Like I used to do like a hand digging tool, like for digging like cat holes or Dakota fire holes, moving coals around, all that stuff. I went through like a whole bunch of like just whatever you get at the Home Depot for gardening, but it's all designed for doing like loose soil. It's not designed for digging compacted soil and everything. And that's a lot of the guys here have seen this, but this is the Predator tools like model 85C or yeah, 75C or 85C. Crusader. And this is made in the US in New Jersey. And it, it says it says digging use only, but I bet you Canon would scrape that off. It'd be like, no man, no. If I scrape it off, then I can use it for whatever I want. Chaos probably would as I would, but anyhow, yeah, made in the USA, individually numbered, all that good stuff. And yeah, these have been like heavily field tested by EOD and recovery teams, like body recovery stuff like that. Those teams will use this where they got to do like fine digging out of respect. They use it, but EOD teams use it. And a lot of people in metal detecting and stuff, they use it. So it's been avidly field tested. The guy's been making these things for 30 years. So he's got some shovels I want to get. There's some other cool stuff on the market, but quality digging tools is, yeah, I'm down with it. I'm still trying to figure out a way to send Chaos the ammo that I found. Yeah, that's tricky. Yeah, Kane. Nope, haven't done anything to it. Right on, yeah. Cannon's out there with Snake Shot. Well, Chaos had an awesome idea, Kanan. I thought you'd be salting the walkway with a shotgun. Yeah, Cannon salting the walkway with a shotgun. That makes sense. We don't have to make it make sense. Yeah, ammo is hard to send. Yeah, and they try to control all that stuff hardcore. Yeah, man, they just gotta. It is. It's a pain. Yeah, they only know it's ammo if you tell them it's hollow out of a. No, man. They can sniff that stuff, and some of the powders and stuff will come up. And if you get caught, yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't chance it. So, anybody got anything exciting planned for today, or gonna rest? It's a hoka doga tool. Smash, smash. That fee is a pain in the. Yeah. The hazardous materials fee. It doesn't matter if you're sending 1 or 500. It's a hazardous. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, but they catch you. It's time. Them postal inspectors don't play, man. Yeah, no, yeah. If they catch you, you don't play around. Especially if you're an American, But if you're here without permission, you can. The laws don't apply to you. So yeah, just practice that. Be like, no habla inglés or something, or yeah, just be like, you can't talk to me like that, you racist. Oh, that's horrible. Yeah, but they catch you and it's well, I'm gonna go dig my pops out. All right. Yeah, Tony, we'll catch you later, man. Thanks for hanging out. In fact, we're well over our 2 hour mark. I've got to dig Miss Bushcraft out as well because we just got the endless snow up here in New Hampshire. So yeah, I'm gonna go do some shoveling as well. Because that's what the cool kids are doing. But hey, thanks everybody for hanging out. Definitely Tony, thanks for hanging out. Cannon, Chaos, LC Buell, glad you made it, man. We had a whole bunch of others in here as well. But I think that's who we're down to. Hold on. No, it actually says we've got 4 people in here now. So, 'tis the season, guys. But yeah, Ole Hanson as well. Thanks for hanging out. Channel members. Thanks to the moderators. We didn't have too much trash in. I don't think we had any trash in here tonight. That's a good thing. Maybe that's a perk to doing these Insomniac socials. We don't get trolled too hard sometimes. But yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out. It's been an awesome time. Great conversation. Hope you learned a little. Hope you laughed a little. One or the other. Hopefully both. But hey, we'll be posting more content more frequently now. So make sure you've got the notification bell. The little ringy dingy thingy. Tap that. And we will see you on the next one, guys. Take care. Be well. Be safe and stay warm.